Right, okay. Um, Now, I know I said that I wasn't going to be tit for tat, but this whole situation with the Jed Skeptic Media has brought up some very good points. In his latest video, I'm just going to get through it in a minute and get through each point again. And it's good when people make these vlogs because it gives us an opportunity to look at it. Now, this whole thing for me, there could be a number of things happening. It's a total breakdown in communication. For whatever reasons. The way I kind of see it just now is that, I don't know, Jed, he seems to have some sort of ego problem. When I addressed the media, and I put it, the skeptic medias, he took it straight away that was totally directed at him. When it's not him, there's loads of these accounts and people on Facebook, YouTube, who keep pushing this narrative of flat earth cult, when really at the end of the day, we're in a globe cult. That's the big issue for me, and I just wanted to clear it up, and as I've always done, I've stated that, look at people's content. If they're focusing on personalities, there's an issue, because at the end of the day, this whole subject's about natural science. It's about using logic and reason and what we can test and observe, and people can try and shy away from that all they like and make it that it's ridiculous, but it's not ridiculous. That's how we progress. That's how natural science works. So, the communication breaks down very quickly because people take, emotional, and their ego takes a dent or whatever it is. I've been in this, trying to keep my personality away from it, dealing strictly with facts and highlighting where I can see the logical fallacies and all these different behaviours happening. So Jed is just the same as any other person that I've done that with, and it's as simple as that. But what I'm seeing is that he's resorting to, emotional tactics, ad homs, trying to portray in a certain light, whether that's deliberate or that's just who he is at that moment, that's just how he acts, whatever, it's still not an excuse. So as I say, we'll get to that. And I did say I was going to get through other comments and stuff, which I will get to, but, other things have been getting on the road. So on one of my last videos, there was a couple of comments just to show how, people are. One of them was from Wakey Wakey, who put, the comment was, hang on, I'll find it. It was basically, advancing a discussion. This was from Wakey Wakey. Advancing a discussion in Scotland usually involves headbutting, does it not? Now that's, Wakey Wakey for me, I thought was like a kind of truth seeker, somebody who'd worked stuff out, but yet he's coming here with, trying to plant a preconception of Scottish people and suggesting that that's what I would be like when, I'm not a violent man. I can't help my facial features, I've explained before, my mannerisms and how I speak, that's people's insecurity. If they think that Scottish people are people who look like me or that way, then that's their issue, The offer was put to Jed, the same as I've been putting it out for the very start, asking any Globe believer to please come on film so we can have the discussion and show it up, and highlight the points. It's purely to progress. It's not about, oh, come and meet me so that I can swing for you. But people are very quick to try and portray it in that light. So I just thought we'd clear it up. And there was another one there who was doing the same. Anyway, we'll get to this Jed character. And again, I don't know this Jed guy personally. I've got no interest in his personality. What's happened is I put my video out and this Jed guy's taking it on himself, to get himself emotionally involved, taking it personally, and at the same time trying to drag me into some sort of personal battle when I ain't interested in a personal battle. So let's just go through his video.
Well, you don't understand me. And that's understandable. A lot of people in my life don't understand me. My wife doesn't understand me. I'm a bit of an enigma. But
maybe it's because you've got communication problems.
I feel like I'm genuine, I'm honest, I've got integrity, and this is the quality.
Well, genuine, honest, and integrity, Jed. You know, if you knew who I was, you wouldn't ever get involved the way you have. Um, you know, putting hit pieces out on people and trying to portray people in a certain light by emotional manipulation isn't genuine and honest. It's manipulative.
Qualities I try and show when I'm doing my vlogs and when I'm picking apart certain videos. And lately I've been accused of not being a truth seeker. Jed Septic, not a truth seeker. Look for the video. And in a way they're right.
Okay.
They're right. Maybe I'm not a truth seeker because I find that getting the truth's harder than you think.
What truth?
Lies are sophisticated.
Yes, they are. This is the whole point, though, that I feel Jed and stuff is missing. You know, when you're dealing with, you know, the question that, you know, I keep needing to reiterate it. The question is, what's the shape of the earth that we're living on? You know, for anybody that wants to understand what natural science means, go and check it out, right? Natural science is the study of the natural world, right? So, that, you know, it's easy to pick apart lies because any claims that are made should be verifiable. Any claims that are made should be backed by empirical proof. It's very, very simple.
So to truth seek is a bit like looking for a needle in a haystack sometimes.
Yeah, if Jed's referring to truth seeking within the truth movement, i.e. the whole conspiracy thing, it is a needle in a haystack, and I've been saying that for the start, and I've been involved in it for a long, long time, and I knew very early on that, you know, all this stuff that's out there is unprovable because it's not your personal experience. A lot of it's stories and other people's opinions and blah, blah, blah. You know, and that's why, you know, I keep saying stick to logic, reason, natural science. It's very easy to see who the players are then. You know, because if people are making claims, there has to be proof to back it. That's it. It's very simple.
Finding the truth. So I wouldn't say I'm a truth seeker, because then I'll be that guy hunting for a needle in a haystack. What I would say I was, and this is the sort of strategy I used, and I would say I'm more of a lie destroyer, or I'll pick out the lies.
Yeah.
I'll pick out all the bull.
Right, so that's fine. So that's like the Socratic method where you question things until you find the flaws in it, which is totally fine. But what I've observed with Jed and other people is this focus on persons and personalities. There's no content to it, you know. If he's picking people apart for their claims that they're making, then fine, I would not have an issue with that because that's what I do. You know, I look for claims that people are making and I'll strip it apart. Same as I've always done. And if Jed had studied who I was for the very start, for over a year I've been saying to people, don't adopt a model. Don't make claims that you can't back because that's what I was seeing left, right and centre. You know?
I'll just pick away at it. Pick all the lies, take all the lies away, and then what you're left with? You're usually left with the truth. So I found this an easier way.
But what Jed done was he never picked away at lies. He tried to emotionally manipulate people's minds about who I am, and he's taken certain bits and tried to portray me in a certain light. Right, so he's no looking at my content. He's picked up one wee thing that I said which I had no interest in. Jed was trying to make a point with shadows and stuff on the moon, and my whole point is you don't get measurable curvature by doing that. You know, it's just your opinion, your story. You know, that's it.
What about debunking shells and going about disinformation? So, in a way, I'm not a truth seeker. I disseminate lies to the point where all you're left with is truth. That's why I'm so persistent, because it just keeps on and on and on and on.
And for me, the globe is a lie. You know, the claims that are made about the globe are lies.
And add more lies on top of the lies. You just keep picking, and then eventually you're left with the fruits. Sometimes you don't discover the truth of the topic, but sometimes you discover the truth of the person giving you the subject. But
well, that's it. As I said, I don't need to attack them on a personal level. If somebody's putting content out there and you pick through it and you see that it's unproven, then you know that what their content is lies, it's fake. Never mind who they are in their personal life. That's not the issue.
Whoever thinks that I'm some kind of truth seeker, well, you're wrong. You're wrong anyway. But a lot of people, I've noticed in the last video, there's quite a lot of negative sort of feedback from both sides, Globers, Flat Earthers. And do you know what, guys? That's what's made me kind of unique within this arena, shall we say, because it is an arena. That I've looked at both sides. I've looked at the globe, and I've looked at Flat Earth. And they both have flaws.
Yeah.
I began my YouTube career 2009. I wouldn't even say it's a career. I started my channel in 2000.
Right, so Jed knows that the globe has got flaws in it, and the flat Earth models that people are pushing have got flaws in it. But the thing is that Jed constantly focuses on flat Earth and the people within it. I don't see him putting videos out attacking the globe, because he wants to push that the potato crew are into drinking piss and all this culty behaviour. But the real issue is that we're part of the globe cult. People drink piss, they murder, they rob, they steal, they rape. There's all these crazy ideologies all stemming from the globe, right? All that stems from the globe cult.
I didn't actually start posting videos till about 2012. And my first video was the persistent contrails in the sky, creating clouds. So, and I was really just posting it on YouTube as a memory bank. Like back in the days, you never had all these gigs of memory, like you do now. Well, maybe people did, but I didn't. So I used it to store certain videos, and I wasn't too bothered about views as long as I was recording and keeping a track of what was going on. So it started with that. I've always been suspicious of the moon landings ever since I was a kid, about moon landings and stuff like that. So when it came to the ISS, these CGI, it didn't surprise me. But you can't say space is fake. When I look up at the sky, I see the stars and moon. I just think the ability to travel in space.
See, this is the thing, people make these statements, at the end of the day, everybody can observe the sky and what's going on, right? Now, when you say about space travel and space, define what you mean by space. If you're saying what NASA and the mainstream are saying, that space is a vacuum, right? A negative pressure system, and we're a positive pressure system, then that tells me, well, can I test and observe that? Can I test and observe these two pressure systems coexisting without a solid separation? No, I can't. So, how is it reality? Just to believe the images?
Even if you even can, I don't think that's possible. And when it comes to flat Earth, they made a lot of good points, and a lot of good observable points. A lot of things that make sense with your eyes. They do. Because everything looks flat, but your eyes can deceive you, and you're just ignorant if you think you don't.
This is where it gets a wee bit confusing, because people like Jed will sit there and they'll use technology, things with circuit boards in it, other technology that's all run about them, that was created by human beings using their eyes and their senses. So by this kind of logic, you've not to trust any of that stuff because your eyes are flawed. I mean, come on. This is nonsense. Natural science is about the observing, the testing, repeating, so that we know that we're not being deceived or we've not got any mistakes, or we would never advance. So, and you hear this all the time, just because it looks flat, it must be flat. No, again, focus on the main claim and go through that and see where the lies are. Same as the flat people who make claims, and you'll find the lies in that as well. But there is testable reality there that we can make decisions on.
The eyes can be tricked. The eyes play games with you. You don't always see what you perceive isn't always reality.
Yeah, well, maybe you're talking about through the air and through water, through moisture, which is true because of refraction, diffraction, reflection. We have different variants. So just the same as the sky observations, we'll go back to that. What you're saying about this, you view the sun, the moon, and the stars. Okay, you're viewing that through a huge portion of moisture, right? How do you know it is where it is? You don't. You can't measure it, right? It's not going to be accurate, and at the same time, it doesn't give you measurable curvature. I don't know why that's so hard for people to get.
Have you never been in a house of illusions? It's amazing what the brain thinks it can see. So, the flat earth had lots of good points. The fact that no one's ever went round the world north to south, that brought suspicions up. North, south, and right back round. That made me suspicious. So I thought that flat earth had a really good argument.
What else would make you suspicious, Jed? I'm one for going on about water because it's testable and observable by everybody. We depend on it. We use it for levelling, for build, for construction. It's a fact of life. It can only be contained. It does not conform to the exterior of shapes. That's testable and repeatable by every single person alive. Same as the opposing pressure systems. Applied and used every single day in our lives and testable by every single person alive. Right? For me, that's a huge issue. Right? That we have these facts of reality that people are trying to make you think behave differently on some unspecified level that we can't recreate, test or see anywhere.
Arguments. But when I look at the globe, it still makes sense by travelling. I wouldn't trust any flat earth map that I've seen to go anywhere because they don't work. Whereas the globe works at the end of the day. So I've kind of came to the conclusion that...
Right, now, I'm not even going to get into this with the maps and where land masses are, and who's actually piloting, who's actually noting where they're going, and, every route that's been taken, every turn, every degree turned, how long they went that direction, none of that's been mapped out. So, Jed's not an explorer who's travelled everywhere and verified every single thing. Just because land masses are where, they are, people they appear to be, it's no proof of a globe. You don't navigate using a globe. You navigate using flat maps.
The Earth is maybe spherical in shape, but the powers that be...
How can it be spherical in shape? How can it have all that water on it? This is the ridiculousness here. This is where it becomes dishonest and irrational, because you can observe and test that, and everybody else can observe and test it. So then, for you to know that and then still say, it could be a globe is total dishonest, irrational nonsense.
Haven't got the ability to show us it in its entirety. Maybe the world is a globe. They just can't show us it, and they've been pretending to show us it. They can only get high altitude aircraft or balloons, take imagery and stitch them together. And that's how they do it. So it's not, and it's the flat Earth has still got lots of flaws. And like I was trying to explain about the lunar eclipse and shadows, like a lunar eclipse, when the shadow on a lunar eclipse, that's the Earth's shadow, and it has to be a 3D object to cast that.
So there's a claim that it's the Earth's shadow. Where's the proof? That's a claim. The Jed should back that claim with verifiable proof. but nobody can because it's just, you know, insisting, appealing to authority, logical fallacies.
Shadow. It can't be flat. It has to be a 3D object in space. And people say, oh, maybe he was meaning a bit of cardboard or a bit.
It doesn't matter what I was meaning. You know, it's totally irrelevant to me. You know, I was just at a point where I don't care. Because I know this is the problem with people like Jed. People like Jed and other globers forget that, you know, wasn't born out an egg shouting the earth's flat, you know. I was the same as everybody else. I believed I lived on a globe. You know? Until I tried to prove it. And all I could find was flaws. You know? So,
like paper or something like that. At the end of the day, a piece of paper still has 3 dimensions. That's it. You can make it as flat as you want. If you can pick it up, it's 3-dimensional. It's got 3 axes. Reality.
You know, this is the only thing he focused on, as I said. You know, if you look at the other video, there's this wee tiny portion, and that's all he could focus on. You know, because he needs to protect his ego and portray me to be daft or whatever. You know, it's all about Jed's emotions, all this behaviour.
XYZ. So, when I feel like I'm arguing with people that don't understand simple.
So here we go, he's going to say, when I feel like I'm arguing with people who don't understand simple, you know, you're not arguing with me, Jed, right? It's not an argument. As I say, that point was totally irrelevant. But you're desperately just trying to cling on to it and use it as an excuse as a get-out clause. That's nonsense.
Principles of light, shadow, 2D, 3D. How can we ever discover the truth about flat Earth if we can't get past these simple...
How are you ever going to get anywhere when you can't get past simple, observable, testable facts of reality? Like water can only be contained. Water does not conform to exterior shapes. How are you ever going to progress when you don't realise that? When you keep denying the reality that you're living in?
Simple. Like, I don't know, guys. I don't know. I'm starting to feel like I'm bashing my head against a brick wall with some.
Because you can't admit your flaws, Jed. Because you can't see where you went wrong. That's why you feel as if you're bashing your head off a brick wall. Because you're having to face yourself.
People. And it's not really beyond the curve either. It's my comments. It's my comments. Some people that I kind of respect my comments. They're just. I don't know if I resonate with them anymore, or you guys anymore. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if you had this false belief that I was a flat earther, or some of you maybe thought I was a glober. But that's the problem with this.
Yeah. The problem is people's preconceptions and guessing games, because people aren't clear on where they stand. And then people misrepresent other people, which then creates preconceptions in other people's minds about that individual. You know, which is why we shouldn't be engaging in emotional manipulation.
Make 2 sides, they make a dichotomy. You're either one camp or the other, or you make up other bullshit like concave or...
Right, exactly. So Jed has the ability to recognise that, the same as I recognised it right from the start. Okay? What position are we in? This is a claim that was made to us. That's a lie. What position are we in now? We don't know where we are. What's the next logical step? Well, we would need full exploration. How are we going to get that? We need the numbers awake to the lie. We need other people, you know, seeing that and wanting the exploration without taking word from authority.
But they make some kind of camp. And I've never been in a camp. I can see flaws in all the models. And when they keep producing Photoshop images of Earth and stuff like that, that doesn't help the globe. But it doesn't mean the Earth's flat. The Earth could be any shape.
As long as it can contain the water.
It with observable experiments.
Yes, you can, Jed. Water. It's testable and observable by everybody. Why do you keep ignoring it? Right?
But at the end of the day, the globe has a model. It's a flat Earth that have to produce.
You see, this is a contradiction. Right? He's just said that he knows the flaws in the model, but the Globe has a model. No. How can it have flaws but it still has a model? This is the thing that people don't understand. The scientific method and modelling and reality, it's like me coming up with an engine. If I say, oh, this engine works, and you come along and you find a flaw in it that I can't rectify, or account for, the whole thing has to be scrapped. It's start again. That's how it works, right? So that's the reason I keep saying about exploration. Everything needs to be scrapped. People need to stop making claims to know what it is, because it can't be verified until we have the full exploration.
The model for us to travel with. Get your model out, then we'll use it to travel there.
So we're talking about travelling again, so commercial travelling, set routes.
But Flat Earth doesn't seem to pull any models out.
Why should it have to pull any models out? Explain. Because this is about being honest and being truthful. I know the claim that was made to me, I can falsify it, it's wrong. So I'm not in any position to start guessing or making stuff up about what it is. I can make certain claims like it has to be able to contain the water, and that's based on observation, testing and repeating, which everybody can do.
Including Mr. Curve here, Mr. Beyond the Curve, Bell. They like to say, we don't live in the sky.
We don't.
Stop looking at the sky for observations of Earth.
No, it's not about looking at observations of Earth. You don't get any proof for the shape of Earth you're upon by looking at the sky. It's ridiculous. It's illogical. Okay? If you have a story or a narrative, you could use the sky as evidence to try and back up your story. But it doesn't give you measurable curvature. Right? It doesn't give you anything.
It's natural science, and that's a logical fallacy. And it's...
Yes?
Well, fair enough. If you want to take that stance, that's fair enough. But most flat earthers that I've came across, and most of the big names in flat earth, talk about things in the sky. Look at the sun worshipping.
Yeah, but this is again, this is the logical fallacies. Generalising other flat earthers talk about the sky. I don't. Right? I've been saying it from the start. Show me the measurable curvature. Somebody come forward with measurable curvature by observing the sky.
That Nathan Oakley done. They think it's great. They think it proves flat Earth. They think they killed the globe by looking at the sun. So when people say in flat Earth, what's up in the sky? Because I talk about the lunar eclipse, I talk about the rotation of the stars, and the answer they have is, we don't live in the sky, we live on the Earth. But when they want to go for their arguments, they like to use the sun, and they like to use...
Well, that's double standards.
They use the sky.
That's up to them, that's
not
me.
It suits them.
This is what I'm saying about misrepresentation. I'm no other people. I'm no Nathan Oakley or anybody else. I'm me. This is it, the generalising and trying to lump everybody together. It's nonsense.
So it's like... And I can see more charlatans within the flat Earth than in the globe Earth.
Sorry, more charlatans within the flat Earth than the globe Earth? Come on. That's ridiculous, Jed. We're in this fucking state because of the globe lie. Everybody thinks they live in a globe. It's a false foundation.
There's not people telling you to drink piss that believe in the globe Earth.
Of course there is. That's where it stemmed from. All this new age stuff was before anybody mentioned flat Earth or anybody was questioning the globe. These are things that are stemming from people's bewilderment. Not knowing where they are, not knowing what life's about, making guesses, clutching at straws. Nonsense. Right, I'm going to be 5-10 minutes. You'll need to wait till I'm done here.
I'm totally cool.
That I've seen, or telling you that piss will make your limbs regrow. And these kind of people are all on Beyond the Curve's comments.
See, here we go. These kind of people are all Beyond the Curve's comments. So now he's trying to build associations. I must be the same as them. This is what I'm talking. This guy just continually tries to manipulate emotionally. That's no honest. That's total dishonesty. This guy. Right? Not once have I done that to this guy. but he continues to do it. He's either unaware of himself, you know, or he's doing it deliberately. We'll let Jed try and rectify it, you
To be
know.
honest there, I watched your channel a couple of times a while ago, and I remember you and that guy sitting in a shed. It was usually two of you. You had a wee cameraman. So when you say in your video you'll organise a camera,
A wee cameraman, and he's going to say in a minute my sidekick, other, like just nonsense, childish behaviour. You know, Marty's a very respectable man. He's no my sidekick. You know, and the cameraman wasn't Marty. It was somebody who was into professional filming that offered. Stop trying to paint pictures of people.
you'll hire a camera. I've got a camera, mate. I'll bring a tripod. Or do you
Whatever.
mean your wee buddy's going to be standing there, but your wee sidekick that
See?
you've never ever seen?
See, my wee buddy, my wee sidekick's going to be standing there with a camera. No, whatever, Jed. If you're willing to progress and have a discussion, you bring your camera, bring whoever you like.
Head behind the camera.
Hid behind the camera. No, I just preferred not to have his face on public media. Which is his choice.
But it's like discussion. You want a discussion?
Yep.
Well, here's what you say.
Here's a wee thing for you, Jed. If you're a skeptic media and a truth seeker, why don't you come and film with me, Jed, and we'll have a discussion about this whole subject. You know, I'll organise the camera, get somebody to film it, even pay for any expenses. Let's progress this discussion, you know, and sit face to face, man to man, and have a discussion. I'm up for that. Are you up for it, Jed?
With respect, why don't we just get this debate on? You're both in Scotland, but this would be a first class debate to have on camera. Nothing beats a real life face to face debate. It's too easy bashing away at the keyboard. Come on, Mr. Five Red Bears, step up. Okay, totally agree. The only thing there is again, it's not a debate. There's nothing to debate. It's natural science. It's just what we observe, and that's it. No. Thanks, response.
There you have it.
And there you have it. It's not a debate, natural science, you don't debate it. This shows you how lost this guy is. Right, Jed, it's very simple. Go outside. Can you see the mountain? Yes. Can we test the mountain? Can we test what it's made of? Yes. Right, where does the debate come in? You explain where the debate is. I'll tell you where the debate is. How did it get here? Right, that's when you start entering into religious talk. When it's somebody's idea. Somebody looking for bias to fill their beliefs. Right? So, it's not a debate. You know, you make a claim, you prove it, you back it up with verifiable proof. End of story. Right? You don't understand what debate, what natural science even means. You're just totally lost here. And you're still trying to portray me as some self-contradicting, you know, it's your lack of understanding that's the problem.
There's no debate.
There is no
So I
debate.
don't know why he's asking me to come talk to him face to face.
Because it's a discussion. Right? And you're involved in this whole thing. No progress in the discussion. Just coming with illogical nonsense. Constantly trying to play people emotionally. You know, as you've done to me and as I've seen you doing to many others. You're a manipulator.
I think he's got a bit of fascination over me, this Bell character.
See what I mean?
Anyway, like I said, actually, see that video you made today, the 1 minute one there, I played that in my college class today. It was in my audio class today. And I played it and I let the whole class see it. And they were laughing their head up. They were laughing.
Sorry, I need to answer my phone here. Hello, I'm in the middle of recording. Yeah, it's fine. What's up? Right, can you give me 10 minutes? Can you give me 10 minutes? Right, bye. So, here we go. You know, Jed's shown this video to his class, you know, and he's trying to affect me because everybody was laughing at it. What are they laughing at? You know, this is what I'm talking about with this guy. You know, nothing to do with content, nothing to do with sticking to the facts. You know, just constantly trying to focus on character and play on people's emotions. Jed, I don't care if you and a bunch of other idiots are laughing because I lack of understanding. You know, you stick to your wee jerk circles where your echo chamber where you can scratch each other's ego. I'm not interested, mate. Right? It's not going to bother me. But all you're doing is showing up who you are. And it's great.
Their head up. And it wasn't at me, pal.
See? It wasn't at me, pal. That's
The only
because
people
that's
that
your
think-
wee circle.
That you've got something good to say are flat earthers. Anybody that's in the real world and being honest to themselves can see right through you. So
Who can see right through me? What are you talking about, Jed? You know? All you've done is focus on wee cherry picks that you think you can sway people's opinions of me with. Huh? You're bringing nothing. Absolutely nothing. An illogical moron. Right? Trying to play on people's emotions. And I knew you would show yourself like this. So I thank you for that.
that's that. And like I said, I look at comments as well. And I see all the Nathan Oakley comments. I see all the potato squad. All
No,
over
Mark.
the comments.
Not my problem.
When I see that, to me that's a warning sign, pal.
See, here we go. Now he's trying to manipulate even more. A warning sign, bow. As if, because, you know, somebody that I don't know, that I've never spoke to comments on my videos, he's now trying to build association. So again, he's trying to paint pictures in people's minds. The guy is a total illogical crackpot. A manipulator.
Before I forget this, because like I said, this is no secret. All my college friends, I'm actually going to make a video about this in the pub, talking to my college mates, because they watch all my videos. Actually, one of my mates, he's Polish, you've maybe seen him in a couple of my videos. He loves it. He loves my videos. And
So Jed gets off and titillating people, and people are telling him he's great because he makes great videos, you know.
You're amazing.
At the end of the day, that's fine. If Jed wants to be an entertainer and a manipulator, that's fine. But he should stay out of this natural science question, right? And leave it to people who are really trying to sort it out, right? Because this guy, he's just a player. And it's very, very clear to see, you know. And fair dues, Jed will have the opportunity to explain himself or apologise or whatever he needs to do. But I think he's so ego-driven that he'll just do whatever to no face up to his own flaws and his own mistakes.
this is no secret for me. I'm no ashamed of what I did. And it's for me. So if anybody doesn't like it, subscribe to the potatoes or watch something else. I think they can. I
He's
don't
got an
know
obsession
why
with the potato crew.
comments, the people in the comments are so heartbroken. I don't know.
It's not heartbroken, Jed. You know, this guy just wants to make it out any other way apart from having to deal with himself. You know? People are realising the game, Jed. Maybe you're so unaware of yourself. You know, you're so far gone with ego that you just are unaware, you've not got the ability to address it anymore. Because you fail to understand logic, you fail to understand what any of this is about. You fail to understand what I've been saying. You know, it's a mess for you.
I don't know what it is.
You even say, I don't know what it is, I don't know what it is, I don't know what it is. You know, because you're getting yourself involved in an emotional mess.
Okay, what is with you guys? Anyway, I'm going to show you this.
Right, so I think that's it.
Space protector item. Or it is a
If you
I'm
want
not
to
trying to convince them that these pictures we see of Earth are real either, or the ISS is real.
Yeah.
So call me what you want. It's not a globe or orbit fly Earth, I don't know.
neither am I, Jed.
Anyway, guys, it is 25.
So, well, as I've always done and tried to stick to that, I've got nothing personal against this guy, you know, but this is the content that he's bringing, and he's showing it up for himself, you know. I don't know what else to say about that. You know, it's unfortunate that communication breaks down like this, but, you know, people need to take responsibility and learn and move on from their own actions, or we're never going to progress. Guys like Jed would just have us emotionally bickering and firing at each other constantly, right? Because that's the capacity that he has, you know. And anybody else who's moved beyond that, he wants to try and ridicule them and drag them into his world, you know. Nonsense. So this is probably the last I'm going to deal with it. You know, I put that video up, you know, and as I say, I'm not into ad hominems, but Jed puts a hit piece out, so I'm not just going to let him get away with that. The video was made as a genuine offer. I'm not a violent man, you know. As I say, natural science is about discussion and it's about progression. You know, it's no debating and arguing with each other because you're not coming with ideology, you know, or beliefs. You're coming with the reality. That's what natural science is. And don't let guys like Jed try and push you away for that as if it's something nonsense. Understand natural science and logic and reason, you know. Because just because he's not got the capability to apply it, doesn't mean to say that it doesn't work, you know. So, peace.